Do nipple piercings affect breastfeeding? There are many ways that women may choose to express their personalities and add some fun to their lives, but some of those decisions may have not so fun consequences when it's time to make the transition into motherhood. One issue that many women encounter is the impact of nipple piercings on breastfeeding. The Australian Breastfeeding Association does a good job of outlining what can potentially go wrong when a breastfeeding mother has pierced nipples. 1. Nipple piercings may reduce the amount of milk effectively withdrawn from the breast. This results in diminished milk supply because the body believes that there is a limited demand for the milk. 2. When nipple jewelry is worn while breastfeeding, many babies struggle to attach properly. Some may struggle to stay attached. 3. The risk of the baby choking when nipple jewelry comes loose during a feeding session is high. 4. Babies are more likely to choke and gag when nipple jewelry is worn during a feeding session. 5. Babies may cut or otherwise injure their tongues or cheeks when nipple jewelry is worn during a breastfeeding session. Note that most of these risks only apply when nipple rings are worn while breastfeeding. The research has shown that those risks are eliminated by simply not wearing the jewelry while feeding. The association does acknowledge that many women do breastfeed successfully with pierced nipples as long as they take their jewelry out for the safety of the baby. There is always a risk of infection when you first have your nipples pierced. These infections can lead to swollen, irritated skin that is painful. They may also come with bleeding or open sores that would make breastfeeding extremely painful and unhealthy for your baby. This is why it's generally recommended that women don't have their nipples pierced within 1 year of a planned pregnancy. This gives your nipples time to heal completely before the hormonal fluctuations of pregnancy set in. It also ensures that you have time to overcome any initial infections or soreness before you start breastfeeding. The more established your nipple holes are, the more likely they are to stay open when you start removing your nipple jewelry for breastfeeding sessions. If your piercing holes are completely healed and well established, you're not at heightened risk for infection while breastfeeding. Some women do experience nipple tenderness and extremely dry skin from breastfeeding, but there is no research that suggests piercing holes create a heightened risk for these uncomfortable side effects.